My crafty friends, it's Sheree. How's everyone doing today? Welcome, welcome. I'm working with wrapping paper today. So this is another Christmas craft that I wanted to do before I put my Christmas crafty stash away. You know, my Christmas crafting supplies. So I just pulled out, I just had these pieces here on my table that I've been working with in my journals and things like that. So I just pulled these out and I'm going to work with these today. I don't know if we'll work with all of them, but just so you can see, I have like a big piece of this one. All of these came from well, most of them came from a thrift store. This one right here did. This came from a thrift store in Florida. Kind of a wintry scene, but I'm calling it Christmas. Got snowmen in there. Snowman skiing there. So pretty cute. This one came from Florida too. These pretty ornaments. This one I think came from Florida when I was thrifting in Florida when I was down there. Actually last year, these weren't this year's thrifting. Last year, 2023. Isn't that cute? Oh, I got it upside down. Very cute. And this one also from Florida last year. And these two came, this one came in Happy Mail, this one came in Happy Mail, and this one, all these three came in Happy Mail. Since these are the smallest pieces that I have left from the Happy Mail, I'm going to use those first. And what I usually do with wrapping paper is put it on something else that can make it more sturdy. And first I would like to make, with these little pieces, I'm just going to make some ephemera, since these aren't big enough to make a page or anything like that. And what I have here to put it on, it's kind of like craft cardstock, but what it actually is, if you've bought any wrapping paper recently, and I think my most recent wrapping paper, one was a really nice one, like I got it at a thrift store, and I remember it being, the brand, I don't remember, but I remember getting to the end of it, I was like, oh wow, that's really nice wrapping paper. I didn't realize, because it was really nice when I was using it. I was like, oh, this is so nice. And then another couple of rolls I bought from Dollar Tree, and in the middle, they have, it used to be like a solid cardboard roll like you find in the middle of paper towels, but now it's kind of like a rolled up roll of paper. And this is what it is. This is one here. I have not cut it as far as the length, so I can't fit the whole thing in the camera. I haven't cut it as far as the length. I just folded it up. But what I do to get it flat is take the roll and I iron it. So this is what it looks like. It just looks like a big flat piece of kind of like cardstock, craft colored cardstock once you flatten it out and iron it. And it's not really cardstock, it's more like thick paper, but it's kind of like thick enough to where you could use it in the place of cardstock depending on what you're making. Like I'm going to make these tags and I think it'll be perfect for that. I've never, I have used it before, but I don't know if I've used it for tags or not, and I definitely haven't used it with wrapping paper. But then for wrapping paper, to glue it down, I always use a glue stick because, you know, Fabri-Tac would be overkill. You don't want to use a glue gun on it, a hot glue gun, and you don't, and a wet glue, like even, you know, wrapping paper is usually thin. There's some thicker, like this one right here. Some of these, the ones I got from Florida, they're pretty thick. This one's really thick right here. This is a pretty thick wrapping paper. It's pretty thick, but still, I don't want it to wrinkle up or, you know, anything like that, have bubbles under it and look like it has a glue under it. So I just kind of glue it up with my glue stick like this, the purple one, the washable one, the one that's not permanent, the cheap one, the cheapest one. Because usually around my tags anyway, I mean, it does stick without, I've had it you know, be fine without any further sewing. Or, you know, I mean, I've gone back to them a year later where I've had them in my stash and stuff, and they've been fine. They haven't tried to come apart. Maybe, I don't know if it depends on anything else, but I haven't had a problem with it. So, but I do like to sew around them a lot of times, and I do like to use them in my die cut machine, where it kind of puts a little stitch around the outside, and that little stitch kind of almost acts like a little, I think it kind of almost acts like a little seal, where it's really kind of punching the papers together, you know, if you know what I mean, like it's really punching the papers together, or sealing the papers together, because it's actually making a little kind of indent or whatever in the paper. And you can see how nicely it glues down, nice and flat, you know, all around. So that's one piece. And so yeah, we're just doing a little pieces right now. We're going to do those, and you know, I'm not going to do any more videos on wrapping paper, ephemera, Christmas wrapping paper anyway. I do have lots of wrapping paper I'd like to do a video on, or videos on that's not Christmas also, which I need to do as far as using, you know, just using it. But yeah, I did want to use, because I had some in my stash for before this Christmas season. I believe I've used them all, put all the wrapping paper tags and whatever I had made out of wrapping paper in the journals. So I've used up all my wrapping paper ephemera. So I wanted to make a little bit more. So yeah, this is how I do the gluing. Since I only have 3 little pieces here, I'll go ahead and do these all on video. And then I'm going to pause and then get out my die cut machine. So yeah, I was just showing you this large piece of paper, the craft paper that I got from the wrapping paper. And I'm going to cut this apart, cut this piece off that I'm using. But I wanted to show you how large it was and how nice it is and how nice it looks and is after you iron it. So I just did another one today. This one, this is the one I did today. I have another one in my, I had already put it away in my closet, even in a pile of, I have a pile of, you know, all my craft or brown paper that I've gotten from packaging. I iron it and then I kind of fold it nicely. Like this one I didn't crease. I just kind of folded it without a crease. If you can see, it's kind of just bent. So it's smaller, but it's not creased. And then I put it in a nice pile in my closet. So this was on, you know, since I just ironed it today, it was on top. But I have another one in there that I have ironed and put in there in that pile. So I have 2 of these nice wrapping paper roll, craft paper pieces. And so I think these are going to come out really nice. I love this piece. I had made some tags out of it last year. They're so cute. I love them. So now I'm just going to, and you can do this with any wrapping paper. Like this wrapping paper is probably older than the other ones I showed you from the thrift store, but I think those are still, those have been around for a while, but I think these are more vintage, the ones I got in Happy Mail. So let's cut this off here, and we'll just be able to deal with a smaller piece of the paper. I want to cut more than one layer here. So yeah, I just iron these and they come out real nice. Now some of the brown paper packaging, I think I might have mentioned it before, but if I'm, you know, it's more wrinkled because it's been wadded up and stuffed into a box, so it's pretty wrinkled. But what I've been doing is actually using my starch on it. If you have starch in your house, I have starch where I've had to use starch on things that, you know, like dress shirts and things for the guys, or even I've had dress shirts in the past that I've used the starch on. I don't think I have any now. I work for an office now that's more casual, so I don't have to starch my shirts. And my husband doesn't work for a company, you know, that he has to dress up for, so I don't really use the starch anymore except for my brown paper packaging. But it's almost, the can is almost empty. I would say don't spray too much if you do try it. Just try to do a little light spray. Don't get it like soaking wet with your starch, you know, because the brown paper packaging is thin, and if you put too much on there and then it's real wet and you try to iron it, it will tear. I did that. I put a little bit too much in a couple of spots, and it did tear, make a couple tears. So don't spray too much. Try to have a light hand on it if you do use starch like I did. It came out good with the starch. It still had wrinkles in it. It didn't get it perfectly. Let me see if I have a piece here. Here's a piece here that's pretty good. I probably starched it. You can't tell that starch is on it, like it's not stiff or anything, but see how it still has wrinkles? But it gets it a little flatter than, you know, I'm not going for it to be perfect. I just want it to be less wrinkles and kind of flat and everything like that, so I can use it however I want to use it. Okay, so I'm going to pause. I'm going to go get my die cut machine and my dies, and then we're going to cut these out. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my die cut machine out. I found the dies I want to use, and I went ahead and cut out this one. Let me show you. This one right here. I found this shaped die, and it was like the biggest die that I kind of had with the stitches around it that I thought would encompass this piece of wrapping paper that I had. So I don't know if you can see the stitches, but they are stitches from the die. And this is a little die set, and I don't know where I got it. But these little envelopes are what I keep. They have a little Velcro on them. I keep my dies when I get new dies. I take them out of the packaging and put them in here, and I keep them in a little box that I have that these envelopes fit in, so I can just kind of flip through and find the one I want. I don't have a lot, you know, a ton of dies. I might have 15 of these envelopes in there with dies in them. So, and one of them I have embossing folders. So, but this is the one I used right here. If you can see that. See the little stitches around the outside. I love that on. I have a few, more than a few. I probably have 4 or 5 different die sets with the stitches around them because I just love those. Here's the other dies that came with this one: a square and a smaller square with a, you know, kind of a shape to it, and this one has like a rectangle with a shape to it. So, and this is the one I used. So anyway, that one is done, and it came out really nice. I like the shape, and I like the weight of it with that paper. So this can be an embellishment, or it could end up being a pocket, whatever I decide I need next year when I'm making journals. I would imagine it would probably be a pocket, and you know, I can just put glue around the 3 sides and have it as a pocket there. So I think that'll be really cute. It's got that really beautiful, it's a vintage wrapping paper. It's got a beautiful vintage Christmas or winter scene on it. So that will be added. Now I'm going to, you can't see it, let me show you. I've got this one, the Sizzix, can you see it? The Sizzix Big Shot. And I'm not going to do it on camera because it shakes my table. And I don't think, and it makes a big, kind of, you know, if you've ever used one, or if you have seen one on YouTube before, on videos or whatever, they make a little clicking sound as they go through back and forth or whatever as they're cutting. So, you know, that could be a little loud. And so this is my favorite one. I'm going to use this one, but I want to get as many as I can out of one cut. So I'm going to let me go ahead and line them up, and then I'll do the actual cutting. I'll pause and do the actual cutting. But so, I mean, I know you guys know how these work, and a lot of you probably have one. But this one was given to me. I don't know if I ever would have bought one myself, but this one was given to me. Thank you to the person that gave it to me. And so I put my paper there. See my paper that we put down? You put the die down on the cutting side that you want to cut or make the marks on the wrapping paper. So you put that down on the wrapping paper. And then I'm just going to line some of these other ones up on here too. And get, like I said, as many as I can out of one pass through. I would like this to be straight because this wrapping paper has lines, and if they're wonky, it's going to be like slanted on the actual tag whenever I take them off of here. Okay, so let me see. 1, 2, 3. I might be able to get, can I get this one on here? Oh, I can. Can I get this one on here? Yeah, I think I can get that one up there. It'll be different as far as the lines will be going vertical on these, but that's okay. Alright, so I'm going to fiddle with this and get this all straight and run through, and I'll come back and show you how they look. I'll be right back. Okay, so I cut them and I haven't taken them off the paper yet. What I did was to hold them down was I put them all where I wanted them, and as I put them down I put a little piece of washi. This is washi tape. So this one just popped out before I even took it off the paper. But let's go ahead and I'm going to pop my washi tape over here in case I need to use it again. And there's that one. And the next one, let's take these other ones out and see what they look like. The only thing I was afraid of when I put the washi tape on was it's being pressed down onto the wrapping paper. And I'm a little worried about it tearing here, so I'm being very careful in peeling it off. In fact, let me put my glasses on so I can see what's happening here. Yeah, if you do this, just be careful. This isn't the strong, I mean, this is good washi tape, but it's not the strongest of washi tape, so I thought it would be okay, and it's working out so far. I know you can't see the stitches that the dye makes on camera, I'm sure. They're kind of, blending right in, but I really love how these come out with the stitches, so let's take these two off, and then I've got one more. We'll do the gold one. And I'll probably, let's see if I can probably get a little one out of this right here, because I want to use every little bit of this wrapping paper that I can. So I'll probably run this through one more time. Yeah, I'm really paranoid of it tearing this wrapping paper, since this is very vintage from a friend that sent it to me in Happy Mail. I don't want to tear it up. Okay, so there we go. That one's a little, that's okay. Beautiful. So we got all the sizes, 1, 2, as they graduate down to the smallest one. Very pretty. So I put them like this, and then you saw I put one like, or this one went like this. Very cute too that way, vertical. So I think I'm going to run it through one more time and put this little one right here. I'm going to get one more out of it. And then I will do this one the same way, and I'll come back and show you how those turned out. So let's see, this one I want to get the biggest one in there, of course. And then I'll do whatever fits on here. I'll line them up, something like this. And I'll line them all up because Christmas trees are, see how the Christmas trees are going? They're going like this. This is directional. Oh, coughing and hiccuping. Anyway, let me go do that, and I will come back and show you how those turn out. I'll be right back. Okay, I've got the next ones ready here, freshly cut from the machine. You can see I had to put extra washi tape. The old washi tape that I just used before wouldn't stick down, so I actually had to peel off some new washi tape pieces and put them on here. So let me carefully take those off. Yeah, that was an old one and a new one, and this is the new one and the old one. Yeah, the ones I tried to use again weren't sticking down very well. All right, there we go. A beautiful gold Christmas tree wrapping paper tag. And I'll have to lay these out flat so they kind of flatten out. Right there. See, I just have to go like that, and then it's flat. I'll take this one too. Get all the washi tape off of there. But yeah, this is just to remind you, you know, you can make tags. You don't have to have a die cutting machine, of course. You can just put them down on whatever backing you want and use up your wrapping paper scraps or wrapping paper, whatever you have, and make tags. So and cut them out with scissors. You don't have to have, which I have done too. And then I'll sew around them. Maybe I'll do you want me to do another video where I, because I have all the others that I showed you. I would like to make some tags out of those. Maybe I'll do another video where I put them down, even using this same backing, but cutting them out and sewing around them, you know, with scissors or whatever, cutting them out with scissors. I just wanted to do some like this because I love this stitch and this die, and I hadn't done any this year. They straighten out really easy, as you can see. So I'll show you all of them in just a second. But we did quite a few. We got quite a few out of those, just those few little kind of scraps of wrapping paper. And thank you again to the person who sent me this nice vintage wrapping paper. It's not, I mean, I have found vintage wrapping paper, but not a lot of Christmas, so that was really nice that she sent that to me. I think I can get another one out of here, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, I can get one right there. No big ones, but I can get one more little one right there, so I'll do that after the video, but let's see, how many did we get out of this? These few scraps of wrapping paper. Now let me get my dies out of the way. We got all of these out of the gold. 1, 2, and I'm going to get one more, so it'll be that one that I'm going to cut after the video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And that one's going to be a pocket. So I think I really do like that. I think I'll try to remember to make some more of these too. So I'll have those ready for pretty shaped, you know, pockets for next year. So yeah, maybe while this is, while I have these out, I'll do another video gluing them down. Still, I would glue them down the same way, but cut them out, say, with scissors, and then sew around them. And like I can put string or anything, like these come out with a hole. I don't know, I didn't really mention it, but these come out with a hole on top. That little hole, the die cuts that little hole. See little holes right there and on top, and it cuts that little hole. So I can put I can either make a bigger hole, or I can use that hole and use baker's twine or something in it next year, or I can, you know, make pockets. You can always make a pocket out of a tag too. I mean, at least a bigger one, maybe not this little one, but out of the bigger ones. So thanks for watching today. I hope you enjoyed that and enjoyed using up my little vintage scraps of wrapping paper. And I'll see you in my next video. I might do that one that I just mentioned about the wrapping paper, and I have another one I want to do, which is using, gosh, I can't think of what it is right now. I'll think of it after the video, but I have one more, at least one more Christmas crafting video, so that's 2. So stay tuned for those. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not, and hit that little bell so you get the notification. I'll see you later. Have a great day.